Hello everybody, how is everyone doing today? Today is another amazing stream and we're going to start off with some drawings as well today. Just turn down the music a little bit. So lately I have been having inspiration from things that I've been watching, and some are super just artistic and really creative and just all out really insanely creative. I'm gonna be sharing that with you guys today while I draw. But before I talk about it, let's get our sketch ready. So, today I'm going to be making this porcelain doll. Porcelain dolls with some really cool features. What do you guys feel about porcelain dolls? I won't say this is a traditional porcelain doll. Goodness, that's a tongue twister. But I will say I'm going to give it some really interesting features. But she's going to be having glowing skin and a texture that is like a porcelain doll, basically. But yes, you guys, if you would comment down below, would love to see you, say hi, and maybe talk a little bit about your experience with dolls, maybe, because I know that you've seen them either just on the internet or maybe just in a creepy store. I find antique stores to be really cool. Sometimes you would find very haunting things, but also very beautiful and cool things as well. I love antique stores because it kind of feels like weirdcore. It's like activating a memory that you have never had before because it was in a generation that you weren't born before. So that is what I kind of partake in antique stores. I remember going to this secondhand store and there was a lot of these different like Japanese dolls. They would be in these really big containers. They're kind of they're like the size of like a laptop, I would say, maybe around there. They have really big clothing and accessories and whatnot. Normally I do not bring those home though, because anything that is having like rituals or shrine related, depending on the culture, I personally do not like to bring that like those types of things home. Anything that has something to do with rituals or cultures. Now in Japanese, those kind of dolls, they have the ritual of marriage. So technically those two people in like that container, one would be a female and one would be a male, and they would have these really delicate and like very beautiful clothes on them, and it's beautiful. It is. It's just I don't per se would really want to personally take that home myself, because first of all, Normally those would be put, I think, in front of a shrine or in front of I think in a household that would have a shrine. I'm not so sure, but that's what I think. But you really gotta do the research. But I stay away from the rituals and whatnot, because I do believe in that there is something bad. There could be something really bad. But other than that, though, let's keep talking about it. Alright. So, porcelain doll. They do have very stiff hair. I'm not going to lie here. So I'm not going to be drawing individual threads. Like, they are very flowy. So I might just go like so. Depending on what kind of porcelain doll. This one is, I'm going to guess, like a glass porcelain doll. If there is that even, is there? Like, I don't know if that exists, but I think they're called glass porcelain dolls. But yeah, let me share a little bit about the thing that I was talking about that was very creative in a scary, scary way. Not necessarily super scary, but it just really caught me off guard. So, this guy, or girl, or lady, has this apartment. And this apartment, it's not really an apartment, it's like a house. It's a Japanese old house. It seems to be about 100-year-old at least. It's one of those old World War II ones where everything is made of wood. And he voluntarily kind of just made his house like a walkthrough. And the walkthrough was meant to be scary, so he made the atmosphere, he added dust, he added stains, he added everything manually to get that scary feeling, that scary vibe when you enter like a haunted house. And so I saw it and I was like, it is so impressive how he really nailed that down, you know? He had to do all, like, everything. Like, there's reconstruction. Not really main reconstruction, I would say deconstruction. Because he's destroying some parts of that house. He would add, like, a lot of tissue paper plus this, like, red water to resemble blood, I suppose. So it was like a whole process. He even got like mannequins to be like as his figures in his home, to be like a storytelling, I suppose, like saying someone probably got hurt here or, you know, is stuck here in some way or form. And it's just really interesting. Not that, you know, it's not scary, of course it is, but it's just crazy how everything was staged so well. It's really impressive. Having to be dedicated to a project, especially a project that you have to really move around a lot, like, and spend so much time on, like maybe something called sculpting or something like building. It takes so long and it takes a lot of dedication to keep on doing what you're doing constantly that whole time. So, you know, gotta give it up to them. Gotta give it up to them because wow, just wow. Kind of drawing the hair right now, fixing the head shape and whatnot. This is a sketch, you guys, so do not worry. But yeah, guys, like making a porcelain doll as well, those take so long. So very, very, very long. I think it's because not only the texture, but also about like the painting as well on the doll. Alright, you guys, we're almost done with this one. I feel like her hair is too thready, if that makes sense. Alright, and now let's get the neck and the shoulders. I would say piano music really activates that memory lane, if that makes sense. I mean, it's different for a lot of people. It can be jazz, it can sometimes be hip-hop, but I don't, like, personally nowadays, I don't really think, not that I don't like hip-hop, not that I don't like pop music, it's just, nowadays, I don't see that quality as much anymore. It's very, very rare, and if there is something that is really like full of quality, like a music that has a lot of quality, sometimes it's actually mostly depressing. It's actually mostly sad songs that are having a lot of quality nowadays. So you know, I hunt for music that have quality and also can have that effect where, you know, you kind of just stay in that moment and, you know, just vibe to the song. So that's why most of the time I don't listen to songs with lyrics, because if you don't know, I believe that, you know, when you listen to something and you don't know the lyrics to, but the lyrics are negative, I believe that your subconscious mind is actually understanding that. It is actually telling yourself that. So it's kind of dangerous if you think about it. So that's why I don't listen to music with lyrics as much. We're gonna give her a kind of like turtleneck. In fashion design, I usually always love to give them turtlenecks for some reason. It's just like, it's just a nice feature, you know? I love turtlenecks, they're really pretty. Depending on what they are designed, how they're designed, that is. We're gonna give her some features that a porcelain doll doesn't have. This is an ad. This is an ad. Okay, there we go. All right. I would love to talk about a game that is really, really, really also very, very inspiring. It is also really in that field of weirdcore and liminal spaces. They did they're coming out with a game the end of this month. If you haven't heard about Poppy Playtime, I recommend you can go check it out on YouTube. They are super, super cool. The gameplay is super fun. And the character design and the storyline is also beautifully done. If you want to, get into the story, I can give you like a brief introduction. But, I really do recommend it. You can go check it out yourself because it is a really, really great character design and storyline. So this is about a abandoned kind of like playhouse, I would say. We don't know the full lore yet. All I know, it has something to do with children. It has something to do with daycare. It has something to do with vulnerable children that really went through a lot. That is all we know for now. And in this case scenario, there's a lot of different characters in there as well that are actually very, very smart, but also very, very evil. Some characters are very hostile, and they kind of have this territorial, instinct to them, I would say. Alright. And they're really scary. They are. Goodness gracious, the ads. Okay, let's keep on talking about it. So, the reason why I love Poppy Playtime is because of the liminal spaces they have. They have this dim lighting that makes it feel very nostalgic, but also this atmosphere of there's no one there, and that just makes it look creepy and gives it a scary feeling. So those two combined together, something that was once nostalgic, beautiful, and really childhood, trigger childhood memories, that just becomes weirdcore to me. So they have 3 games out now. They have Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. My favorite one is Chapter 1. Chapter 3 is very, very hard because that game includes a lot of puzzles, so you do have to really work your mind around it from time to time. And but I love the storyline. The storyline is absolutely beautiful, and the voice acting and just the details in that game is amazing. I like Chapter 1 is because the liminal spaces and the sceneries, they look really beautiful and intricate and just all out outstanding. So go check that out. And I love their theme song as well. Their theme song I would consider is like a weirdcore theme song, I don't know if I can play it. It's going to be copyrighted, you guys, but go check it out. It's called Poppy Playtime Theme Song. You can play that while you're watching this video, maybe. It's really cool. It's I think it's called a toy factory as well. No, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember now. Sorry, guys. I haven't really been updated on the whole story. I just I was fixated on the storyline that I left off, understanding about that place. Because in Chapter 2 to Chapter 3, things don't start, they don't really look like the entrance, which is the toy and the fun and the beautiful colorful parts of the architecture and atmosphere and the rooms and stuff, but then they start to have pipes and just it starts to look like a factory basically. So I really like that really beautiful, colorful, fun atmosphere more than the factory that is very very basic. Not that it's basic, and it's just personally, I like the fun and colorful parts of that game, of the rooms and atmospheres. But other than that though, that is a factory, but they do have daycare. They do have a place for children to play. They have a character called Pugapillar. Super cute. Pugapillar is one of my favorite characters ever. Poppy is a character as well. She is, we would say, the main character since, you know, Poppy playtime. But for a character, like for us to say playing the game, Poppy is not someone to really be trusted at all. We ended off with Poppy telling us we have to keep going, we have to save this place, what happened over here, which I'm not going to spoil what happened, you guys can go check that out. And she talks about that, and I don't know, do you guys trust her? If you watched it, do you guys trust her? Because she did betray us once. We were about to escape out of that place, the factory, on a train, but then she turned the trigger and left us there to keep going through the puzzles and the trials and the monsters as well. And I think I would get it. I think I would. Learning about Poppy playtime, I think they have like power, and then again I said that they have territory, and so they're not all together, they're against each other in some way. So my guess is that Poppy playtime is trying to gain some sort of power in that place, because I still don't trust her. I still don't trust her, you guys. They have something called the happy hour. But before you watch that, I will give you a warning. It is very scary. And you will hear a lot of screaming. And if I would say of all gaming, that was one of the most scariest scenes that I have ever seen in horror games. It is very, very scary. The happy hour. Maybe we can get into that next time. But yeah, you guys, my second favorite character, I would say, I forgot his name. Oh crap. It's the yellow bunny. In chapter 2, you would be playing this pattern game. And if you get the pattern wrong, each time the bunny will lower. And this bunny has sharp teeth. And the bunny will lower towards you, and if you fail multiple times, eventually the bunny will get to you and will be able to devour you. And then you're dead. And you gotta start all over again. Oh, Bugs Bunny. I think that's what he's called, Bugs Bunny. Is that what he's called? Bugs Bunny? I think that's another kind of bunny, not called Bugs Bunny. Bonnie. Bunzo Bonnie. Bozo Bonnie. Bunzo. I think he's called Bunzo. Bunzo Bonnie. Not Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is, I think it's another cartoon character. Okay. Anyway. A lot of rabbits, you guys. I realize in the cartoon industry there's like so many rabbits. Rabbit season. It's rabbit season. I remember this also very weird core-y-ish kind of like cartoon, I would say. So this cartoon is about bugs. It's about insects, and they are very cute. They have like these big eyes, but they don't talk though. They don't really have like a dialogue. They don't have a script, they don't talk. They kind of just make these sounds, and you would have these subtitles kind of crossing by as if they are actually talking. And you just use your imagination to kind of listen to how they sound like, It's really cool. Like, when the fly is talking, they would make this bzz, 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 bzz sound. And you would kind of find them very annoying. They have like this very annoying characteristic, and it's just all by themselves. Like that themselves is like a really cool character. And the thing I like about that, then again, is like the liminal spaces. Just from a different angle, It can be like a can, it can be like a trash can, it can be like a farm, or like something that bugs would be in, I'm not gonna be saying poo because I don't necessarily love to talk about that. But bug stuff, bug places. When you think of bugs, I don't think there's just flies, cockroaches, and ants. Ants are really cool, you guys. Ants are actually really, really cool. They're not all that bad. Just maybe not in your house, I would say. My favorite bug is the Luna moth. The Luna moth is so pretty. If you guys have not seen that before, you guys should definitely give that a go. There's so many things to see. But Luna moths, they live in a colder temperature. Like a cooler temperature. I won't say super cold, but they live in a cooler temperature. And they love the mountains, that is for sure. They love woods, they love nature. But where I am right now, at least below the mountains, I am not really living in a cold atmosphere. And the trees here are full of insects and bugs that might just harm their larvae. So I don't think it's a big possibility unless you are farming them yourselves. But other than that though, yeah, no, I don't think it's a big possibility that they would be here. So if you see ever like a Luna moth in your city, that is super rare, you guys. Super, super rare. So take a picture or like try to remember that moment. I sometimes, when I want to remember something in a specific moment, I would just tell myself, I'm going to remember this moment. And then I would look at it for another few minutes or seconds. And then I just do. I do remember that moment. Well, it doesn't work every time, but, you know. Voila, there she is. Beautiful porcelain doll. I personally think porcelain dolls are actually pretty. They're actually beautiful. But I would usually love to ask if there's like an antique store. I would love to ask like the owner what this doll has been through, you know, what she has basically seen or like in families been in situations and whatnot. I would love to know about that. And when I do decide to do a porcelain doll, I would probably do like a prayer over it. because when it comes to antiques, you never know. Include, like, it doesn't have to be a doll, of course. It can be like a box or like a cabinet or something like that. So definitely do keep that in mind. Definitely do. Okay. So for the porcelain doll, I like to do this light blue, kind of like tinted blue color, because of the base being kind of like, it's really pale, so maybe like a grayer color. There we go. And then I would like to give it like a tinted blue color for her hair. I really like the porcelain porcelain dolls, I forgot. But I like this kind of like, here, I'll show you in a second. There's a design that I really like. I love blue and white. Blue and white is such a beautiful combo, you guys. Blue and white. They're one of my favorite combos ever of all time. Why blue and white? Because it's like that really relaxing feeling of everything is cleared out, everything is very clean, everything is very smooth and nice, and life is well, you know? It has this color of purity. Not per se that the person has to be like full of purity, but more of like the feeling of purity, if you understand what I'm saying. Because, you know, why give yourself the chaos if you don't need it, you know? Like, why find chaos? So sometimes the calm colors are really what we really need. I remember this song. I'm not so sure if you can, the stream can really pick it up, but I remember this song. This song is called Yalang Wang. Okay, it says YLANG by FKJ and I don't know what those names stand for, but anyway, this song I remember listening to it on the subway, like a train, like a metro station. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. The sunset, the sun was rising, the sunset was there. Sun was rising to the sunset. I know those two things can't happen at the same time. I'm trying to like just let you imagine what that view looks like. I think it was the sunset. Yeah, I think it was the sunset. And this metro station wasn't underground, so you would be able to see the outside, and the gates before hopping on the train, like they would have these beautiful gates. They're clear, by the way, so you can kind of like see the sun kind of peeking through the windows and through the tracks. And there was not many people there, so it was definitely really liminal spacey, if you get what I'm saying. It definitely did give that vibe of liminal space. But then they changed the music, and that was it. No more music like this. Exactly like this. I think I know why. It's because of copyright, and they just couldn't deal with that, and so they had to change the music to something more energetic, I suppose. But yeah, you guys, I like this music more. and just like, I don't know if like other countries have metro that like have music, because I think the only time I really went on like a metro or / train, it was a train actually, they didn't have any music. Everything was just very like like, how do I say it? The tech wasn't there, I guess. But I think the train and the metro are two very different things. So, then again, I could be wrong. Okay, we're gonna give her some really pretty, beautiful, kind of like green eyes. Okay. But yes, you guys, check out the YouTube channel, check out the TikTok, check out all the social medias that you will need to understand more about the project, Weird Coin, and also my art as well. So go check that out. Thank you. Okay, so you guys, TikTok. Oh, goodness. Waking up, you guys, waking up. TikTok is back, and what do you guys think? Do you guys use TikTok frequently? Do you guys like to use TikTok? Or do you just post content for the sake of content, of course? I would say TikTok is very dangerous. Not because someone could probably hack into secret information, but I would say because, you know, you can get stuck on there for a while. Like, they have you scrolling on there for a lot of amounts of time. Like, it's really scary. I think they monitor what really catches your eye, and they want to find that kind of similar content that will catch your eye, but also balance it out in a way that you would still want to stay on there to find more. And each video that you find really interesting would cause dopamine. And, you know, it's just like this whole loop again and again and again. I think in life we're trying to find happiness, aka dopamine, in a lot of things, you know? And just depending on what we do, a lot of the things are not organic anymore. There is less and less organic dopamine, supplements, and consuming with your eyes, with what you hear, with what you just see in the day-to-day life. A lot of the things are not as organic as they were with dopamine. And I think that really numbed our brain a little bit. Because if you don't know, it's like it's kind of like having something brought to you. It's like I won't compare to an animal specifically, but I'm gonna compare the behavior. So it's like you got a wild animal, and this wild animal was supposed to learn how to hunt, how to survive, how to be happy with what they have caught in a day. And you took this animal, and they're completely healthy, they're completely fine, they don't need your help. And then you took this animal, you took care of them, and you keep feeding them. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know what it feels like to hunt. They don't know what that rush is. They don't know the wildlife, what it feels like. And then they kind of start to get numb to it. And they get used to just you feeding them every single day. They're like, I don't need a hunt. Why do I need a hunt? And that's kind of like the same thing, is that why do we need to search for that dopamine when it's right on our screens? When it's right in front of our faces. Every single second, you scroll and scroll and scroll. I'm not saying this because I think I am better, but I'm saying this because even I sometimes struggle with the content. That's why I say TikTok's very dangerous. Yesterday I was posting, and while I was waiting for the post to be done, they would say, okay, the video is posting, and then you would be scrolling. Then you just keep scrolling. And then at some point I realized, wait a minute, I'm still here scrolling. I need to stop. And then so I do. And you really have to get yourself to stop. You really, really do. And so I recommend taking a break from especially apps like TikTok, apps that keep you scrolling. I especially recommend that, because it can be really, I would say, poisonous to the brain. I remember the TV kind of was like the same thing. At least that is what they used to do. Hello! We were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about Poppy Playtime, the game, and now we're talking about consuming content over consuming on content like TikTok and Reels and things like that will have you constantly scrolling. But yeah, I remember, the TV, they used to want to do that, I suppose. Like, they would give you ads every few seconds, I guess, to be trying to be entertaining. Try to get your eyes light up because of the product on the TV. But I think that kind of failed due to it being annoying, keep on cutting off the TV shows and whatnot. Well, for me at least. I don't know what their actual goal was back then. I know it's advertising, of course, but, there's a motive to a lot of things. Sometimes there's a good motive to something, but they just portray it in a wrong way, and that happens a lot, more than you think. And then causes a lot of misunderstandings. That causes a lot of misunderstandings. Another very nostalgic memory of mine, I would say, is I remember being in school, and I was about to leave school, and I was about to move and just go out of the country. And before that day, that was the last day of school for me. For me personally, because they're gonna still keep on going to school because I'm moving. And it was such a beautiful day. The sun was just shining and everything was really nice. But I think like there was a lot of things that I wanted to be better. Like I was actually super happy in that school. And I'm gonna share a little bit something. School life wasn't happy for me for most of the time that I was in school. I'm not going to lie. Most of the time it was just not a happy time for me at all. Struggled a lot with people and friends. And I really didn't know what friendship really felt like or looked like, or, you know, because all I knew was just this really toxic environment where everything was competitive and a lot of ways just complicated, and always someone trying to start up something and stir up something just to gain some sort of power or popularity. And so I really didn't know what friendship was. At some point I still don't, but you know, it could just be me, because once you're like in a situation for a while, you kind of just accept things how they are, and you don't really expect them to change, so you kind of just get used to it. That is the music. Okay, there we go. All right, voila. But yeah, as I was saying, the reason why that was so nostalgic was because I was really happy in that place. I felt like I had a lot of friends, and I was being myself, which was amazing, you know? Nothing like a place where you can be yourself and people are so super, super happy with you and still be willing to be friends with you. What I think the definition of being yourself, of course, is not being like a whole jerk or like a really mean person or a bad person, but a person that you yourself is very, very comfortable with. But if you're really comfortable with who you are now, you really want to kind of regulate but not overthink about how you're affecting other people as well. And I don't think I was considering that. I usually talk in a way where I would want to be considerate, but sometimes I would talk in a way where it's very easy to be misunderstood, and it would lead to a lot of problems. Depending on the person that I'm talking to, if they're not a very communicative person, like they don't like to communicate a lot about what they feel about what happened, then a lot of problems could be caused, because sometimes, you know, I could be really comfortable with my friend and I wouldn't know what I was being. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, you know? I'm just really like oblivious. Well, I wouldn't say oblivious, but I just won't know if I like said something that would be offended, because I'm just really happy and I'm really comfortable with a friend that I have. So, you know? Yeah, you guys. Think about your best friend. What is your best friend like? What is their personality traits? Do they like to communicate? Or are they a more indoors closed person? They don't really like to let people in. I mean, yeah, you guys. Communication is very, very much a big key. Very, very much. In a lot of things. Communicating is just so fun, you know? It's like, why? Why have this feeling of guilt or just anger or just sadness when you can just communicate, you know? Just communicate. Just do it. has a best friend. Yeah. Best friends. Huh. Best friends. I used to want to understand the definition of like a best friend. Like, I definitely don't like. No, I don't think that's considered bad, not having a best friend. Thank you. Hi, Gif. Yeah, guys, we're talking to the comments. Don't worry. I'm not like making up characters and then talking to them. I mean, I used to do that. Having a best friend. Having a best friend. I have a best friend. I actually had two. I think a best friend is when they're willing to listen to you even though you did something wrong, and they are willing to forgive you, and you changed and they still accept you after that, after you change as well. Web3 Riz. No, I don't think they're talking about BF. I think they're talking about best friend, because we're talking about best friend. You know, this is the thing about like shortened words. I mean, there could be a lot of misunderstanding. Yeah, no, we're talking about best friends. We're talking about best friends. Oh, I don't know, best friends, I have like a lot of suspicions. Like sometimes in movies, you know, like the dolls will say, let's be best friends. No, that's creepy. And then in real life, people would be like, they don't even know you that much, and they're like, let's be best friends, we're best friends. I'm like, nope, I just met you like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Please at least let me know you first. Thank you. I don't want to be best friends. Literally, I remember going into school, and there's this girl. She was so nice. She was so very nice. And she literally, the first day of school, I'm not even kidding you, she got my arm and she was like, come on, let's go. And I literally don't know this this girl, okay? I don't know her at all. And she was so nice to me for no reason, but I kind of felt forced. I'm not gonna lie, I was like hesitant for a bit. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she pulled me, she's like, come on, let's go. And then we had to make a line to go somewhere, to go around the school, I think. And I was like, dude, who are you? Who is this? I don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, guys, just to give you like a disclaimer, if you want to be friends with somebody, don't grab their arm, don't pull them into something that they don't know what the heck is happening. You know, you can be nice, you can be kind, but when it comes to like pulling and just being super open, you know, not everyone likes that, and it can be really scary. And some people would be really scared to just push you away, and when like to the people that aren't scared to like push you away, you can probably get hurt as well. So don't do that, you guys. If you want to be friends with somebody, just talk to them. Just talk to them. You don't have to pull them. But yeah, I was really shocked. But yeah. Friends, you guys. Friends. I definitely do like the group of friends that talk more, I would say talk about things more calmly. And of course I have a good laugh, of course, but like, I don't know about the crazy stuff though. The crazy stuff as in like jumping off of a building with like a balloon or something just insane like that. There's like two groups of people like that. Alright, we are almost done, you guys, with the head. Okay, alright. Now we're gonna do the texture of the skin. But yeah, guys, like and reshare this live stream. We can get it around. Also gonna give the hair some lighting as well. Everything's just made of glass here, so once this shatters, yup, it is cooked. It's interesting how cooked this word can be negative and also positive in a way. Alright, okay. The clothes, I don't plan on it to be made of glass though. There we go. Alright, let's give it a background. All right. Okay, we are done with the head and shoulders, of course, not just a floating head. We're gonna be taking a short break. We're gonna be taking a short break. Then we're gonna keep going. Alright, you guys, let's get back to it. Thank you. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's combine everything together. Alright. Close this. Whoa, wait a second. Where did that come from? Okay, it should be. No? That's weird. Okay. Should it be now? Alright, perfect. Now let's draw the body. The sketch. Here we go. I always get autonomy and anatomy kind of mixed up for some reason. Alright, I'm just okay. Kind of trying to fix this right here. I don't want the pose to look that dramatic though. Sometimes, like, people in the school when I'm drawing, they would just kind of stand there and look at me draw. Sometimes it would be really pressurable though. Like I would feel the pressure a little bit. All right. That is the pose, you guys. Okay, let's make it enough. Make it enough. Alrighty. trying to align them as much as I possibly can. Sometimes I would edit the videos, and when I'm talking and I fasten the videos, I sound like this very, very angry gerbil that keeps squeaking. Imagine if we slowed down like a gerbil talking. Would it actually be talking? Maybe. Maybe it will. I'll get to the fun part in a second. Do not worry, the clothing design. 1 second. Because right now we're just tracing everything. If I would rate this like a detail feature, I would say it's like a 4 out of 10. Like 10 being a really detailed. So this is like a 4. A 3.5 to a 4. kind of have to do like readjustments to the clothing so it could kind of align better. There we go, there we go. Alright, this probably has to be moved. Oh, wrong pen. Alright. Good thing I noticed. Alrighty. That's some weird looking shoes. Alright. All right, okay. Before anything else, let's get into the details and the frills here. Alrighty. Okay. Now we can start coloring. Probably gotta zoom in on here. Trying to find that color. Okay, there we go. actually have a question, if I'm using half of my brain to draw and the other my brain is talking, does that mean I'm using fully my brain? I'm using my whole brain. I think that's what it means. Because we are not necessarily using our whole brain a lot of the times, so I think that's what it means. Whoop, that was too much. There we go. All right. All right, and I think that is that. We have finished yet another piece of art. Before anything else, there is, okay. Whoa, that's interesting. Wait a second, let me fix it. second. I have to add some details. That is too thick. I have to add some parts. Voila, and over here as well. All right, okay, signature, and then we're gonna be done for today. All right, everybody, that is that for today. This is the porcelain doll. Thank you so much for stopping by and just listening from the first part of this stream and then just chilling afterwards and just watching me draw. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you though for just coming by and watching and just chilling, because I get it, like the drawing process is like a whole process itself, so it definitely is something to sit through. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I would like to talk about some things before I go. We have a contest until February 1st pinned to my profile. The details and rules, you can check it out. It's in the pinned profile. You can win a signed and personalized message of one of my manga panels from my manga Yuki's Endless Void on Webtoons. You can check that out on Webtoons in my link tree. And if you're from YouTube watching this, go to my Twitter and go to my link tree in the description below. And also, you can help support WeirdCoin by purchasing one of my WeirdCoin manga characters, one of one NFTs, or weird merch from our Prevail shop. You can find the links to purchase my NFTs and merch in the link tree link found in my bio then again. So one of my NFTs is already being resold for $1.9 million or 10,200 Sol on Magic Eden, so get them fast before you get priced out, you guys. So yes, that is that for today, and I will see you very, very soon. Stay weird, but don't be creepy, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!